Now I'm officially joining the NYC marathon.
You're doing the marathon.
Yeah,
Wow.
the marathon. Yes. So
That's what, 26.2?
26.2 miles, not kilometers.
No, miles,
we
yes, of
American.
course, yes.
We're going to get rid of the kilometers. I don't like the 5Ks, the 6Ks, the 10K. We are not in Dusseldorf. We are in America. We're going to turn to this miles. Okay, so with 26.2 miles. Yes. Am I scared to death? Yes.
How do you, I always wonder this when I watch your episodes, how do you drink the full episode, all these episodes back to back, and then you do things like you running and all that too?
You still drink?
Of course I do. Yeah. But I'm drinking St. Regis water right now. But what you said, the question is, how do I do it?
Yeah.
I believe it's all mental. I believe like all this shit. And right now, like I'm more conscious. Like, you know, a person that I look up to is RZA. And RZA, you know, he drinks sake, right? He drinks a certain type of sake that gets you up. So that's where I switched to. I switched to sake. It gives you no hangover. I wake up in the morning and I could go out because right now it's like, you know, I've lived this life where, you know, it's a different type of lifestyle. But now I fell in love with this. I fell in love with something that don't pay me. You know what I'm saying? And like, you know, everything in life is about money. And then when you find that one thing, so the New York City Marathon is probably my biggest goal that I'm ever like, you know, and nothing can make me better but me.
You know what's crazy though? I can never remember a time you don't be running. Like that's your thing. Like
for a long time.
I know N.O.R.E up in the morning, and he jogging.
Yeah,
like,
you supposed to videos on your Instagram too.
Yeah, no, I'm listening to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like
he texts us. He texts us all the time.
I thought you was at the puff case. Like I ain't gonna lie.
I'm supposed to be on my way.
What did I tell y'all? I said I get my information from you. Like everything I know about the puff case, I get it from you. So
everything I know about a lot of the hip hop stories, I get it from you.
Okay,
guys,
got that.
I sit and watch her religiously trying to know all these things.
You back rapping? N.O.R.E sent me a record the other day.
Yes,
right?
I did.
I didn't listen to it yet. Cause I was like, and then what's the first thing you say? I'm gonna send you a record. I said, you back rapping?
You know what? I'm rapping on my time. You know what I'm saying? One of the worst feelings I ever did was, you know, getting a whole bunch of money for Melvin Flint, the Hustler album, and then having to make it after, you know, Pun passed away and my father passed away. My mind wasn't there, but I got all this money, right? So I had to like deliver. So I always regretted that. So there's people who love the Melvin Flint album. That people like every day I'm going through the airport and somebody's like, "Why would you say that about Melvin Flint?" And you know, whatever. I want to make music on my time. Like I got to see Meek the other day, not in person, but on the internet, and he was like, "I finally own 100% of my catalog." And a lot of people don't understand. Like he was crying out, like he was venting, and I now own 100% of everything I do.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? But at certain points, like, so I wanna. I know this is gonna sound crazy, especially you had Dame Dash up here, speaking the opposite. But sometimes I want to work for somebody. Being a boss is hard, bro.
But ain't nothing wrong with that. That's what we were saying. You could have multiple jobs and multiple things. Ain't nothing wrong.
I love
being
working
a
for
employee.
I love working for Love and Hip Hop. I just didn't give them the throwing a candle and throwing drinks in the face. I ain't giving no drama, so they didn't rehire me. But I love that. If I don't show up for work, then sometimes work don't happen.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't like being the pitcher and the catcher.
So you gonna do an album or is it just release singles when you want?
I'm gonna pay attention to the algorithms.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? Like right now, an artist could come to Drink Champs, right? Let's suppose Lil Wayne came to Drink Champs. I could actually see his algorithms and I could tell him where he could go on tour. I could be like, stop going to Milwaukee, bro. You got 2 fans in Milwaukee.
That's right.
Why are you even there? Go to Seattle. Go to Utah. Go to Phoenix. Like I can look at the algorithms. I can see exactly like this is the time where we should take advantage of having this information. You know what I'm saying? Now we know. Now, remember back in the days you used to go on tour? I'm sorry to sound like the old guy. But you know when back in the days you go on tour, you used to go to Delaware when your fans are in Philly.
Right.
Big up to Delaware, you know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
Big up to Delaware, but
Y'all actually used to go to Delaware?
Yes.
Delaware is the shit.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
It is. But that was my preference.
Yeah,
But
they love you there.
Yes,
though.
that was my preference. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes during the algorithms, you say, okay, you know what? After Delaware, you gotta go to Baltimore, skip Virginia, or you know what I mean. But right now, you can actually see the algorithms, and I think this is the cheat code. I think it's the cheat code for everybody because I did it for an artist recently, and I was just like, yo, I don't think you should go here, here, and here. You don't have no movement there. And I think that artists should take advantage of that.
I think a few years ago you had a hit record, that joint with Pharrell.
Well, you know it's crazy.
That shit was hard.
I'm going to see Pharrell in Paris. I don't even know what me and Pharrell have nothing in common but music. And that says how dope music is, though.
Right.
Just think about it. Like we like.
If I think of all Pharrell rap friends, though, to me they don't have nothing in common. Like, what do you have in common with the Clips outside of being from Virginia?
No, they got shit in common. They dress, they wear bell bottoms together. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, they you know what I'm saying? Like,
bell bottoms together.
Yeah, they camaraderie. Me and Pharrell have a beautiful, like, when we get together, we talk straight music, and I love that. At first I thought it was awkward, but the elder I get, I was like, yo, you know what? That is dope. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's dope. And like, I don't get none of this Louis Vuitton shit for free, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to work my angle. I want to meet Bernard Aldo. You know what I'm saying? I want to do that, but I'm gonna go out there and fuck with him in Paris. He got a whole different sound, and when he makes a different sound, I usually go out there and I'm a part of that new wave of sound.
So you're gonna record and some more music.
Yeah, I am. I like Paris anyway.
Okay.
I like Champs-Élysées.
What is that?
It's like the Manhattan.
Okay,
It's just the Manhattan. It's just a fancy way of saying Manhattan of Paris.
Let's do a Q&A like you do on Drake.
Let's go. I'm in.
Quick time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nas or Jim Jones?
I mean, that's that. I mean, let me tell you something, and I'm gonna say this accurately. I see where Jim Jones is coming from. Like, I can see him, because if you're looking at the algorithms now, I can see where he's coming from. But you can't take the legendary status that what Illmatic has done. Just Illmatic. Illmatic itself has birthed Mobb Deep, has birthed Capone and Noriega, has birthed so many other people. Like, just that album. And you can't. And that time was the tougher time for you to be noticed. So that's the reason why. But I understand where Jim is coming from. I understand his stance.
What part do you understand?
That the kids know him now.
I'm
You know
gonna
what I'm saying?
I'm gonna tell you something. I looked it up. Like,
Yeah.
I looked it up to see like who gets searched more in 2025. It's still Nas. I give you the numbers right now, and this is based off Google. Hold on, I was just looking at this shit the other day, and it's still Nas by a long shot.
It's hard to beat Nas.
Okay, streaming wise, Nas has about 9.1 million monthly Spotify listeners, while Jim Jones clocks in around 875,000. And I fuck with Jim music.
But that's dope for Jim.
And this is the
That's what I'm
Google
saying.
searches.
Yeah.
This is the Google-based searches. Nas gets between 200 and 300,000 searches a month globally. Jim Jones gets 40 to 70,000 searches globally.
I'm gonna be
month.
honest with you. All right, we all know that Nas wins, but listen. The fact that we're even having this conversation, that's a win for Jim Jones.
I mean, that's what I was saying.
That's
Jim,
a win.
Jim knows what he's doing.
Let me just tell you something. I'm a Floyd Mayweather fan, right? I'm talking about, I think he's better than Muhammad Ali, right? This is me, right? I get argued, people. But whenever Floyd fights somebody that night, they're on the same level as Floyd. So that's the reason why I hate when Floyd takes these exhibition fights, because I'm sitting there as a fan. I don't want Jake Paul to touch my favorite fighter. Like, I don't want him to have a lucky shot.
But you
know
know at Floyd Mayweather, how do you turn down 30, 40 million
Yeah,
for exhibition
I don't know how to turn down
rounds?
30, 40
You know what I'm
million,
saying?
but I know how to turn. But so my point of trying to say is, by us even comparing it, that's a win for Jim Jones. Like, I seen Jim Jones in the beginning. Like, I got footage of Jim Jones and Cameron. I was filming a pre to Drink Champs. I have a documentary called What. I still have all the footage.
Yep.
And Jim Jones was out. It's on the internet. You could Google this. It's called What Trailer. And Jim Jones is out in Cam, and you're sitting there, and Jim Jones is like, I don't even spend money on weed. You know what I mean? I buy 5 nickels with a $20. And you look at that person to the person that he is now. This man won, man.
Nah, Jim
This
dope.
man won.
Nah, Jim dope.
And I'm talking about, you got to take him serious. Like, he was a hype man, a person that was backing to where he is now. I think that's an accomplishment. I think that's what we should be celebrating. I hate in our culture that we have to compare. Like, me personally, I don't do that on QuickTime with Slime no more. But I was forced to take out Nicki Minaj and Cardi B because people. I'm talking about the fans were complaining, not their camps. Their camps were too, but the fans were like, "Yo, it's in."
You can like both of them.
Yeah, and to tell you the truth, I like both of them. Like I am a Kendrick Lamar fan.
But even if you like both of them, you can have a preference.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but right now, you feel like if you play Kendrick Lamar, you got to throw away your Drake CD. That's messed up.
I never been a Drake fan like that.
No, we know y'all got a funny relationship. We know that. We know that.
But you should be able to listen to both, right? Like when I'm in the club, I listen to Drake. But if I'm in the car, I can listen to Kendrick. That doesn't mean I
See,
like
I'm the
one more than the
opposite.
other.
I listen to Drake in the car, and I like Kendrick in the club. But go ahead.
But you can listen to whatever you want.
Yeah.
But you can still like both of them.
Yeah, I like both of them. Like I don't like
But you got
How do you?
preferences.
preferences in what.
Like if I give you two people, there's somebody you probably like more.
Yes, of course,
Yeah,
of course. But I do like both. Like you know what I'm saying. Like yes, I like pistachio more than I like vanilla.
Exactly.
But guess what? If you give me a vanilla ice cream and nobody looking, I'm gonna eat that motherfucker.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm not gonna complain.
But let me ask you
Yeah.
another quick slide.
Go ahead, let's go.
Diddy, guilty or not guilty?
God damn.
You know what? I'm gonna leave
Quick
that in
time
the
slide.
air. You know what I mean? I can tell you this. I gotta tell you from my experience,
Yeah,
right?
of course.
You know, me and you know each other 27 years. There's people who can say, "Man, I don't fuck with Envy," right? I can't say that to them. You know what I'm saying? Me and Envy have a separate relationship. What I can say is, when I've ever been around, and I've been around quite some time. You know, I'm married. Been married 16 years, so maybe I was never really around that, but I've never saw it. You know, I've never saw this monster that they describe. When I hear the testimony, because I got ears and I got